You're not sad. You're furious. Your chest is tight. Your words are sharp. You're finally ready to stand your ground. And then your eyes fill with tears. Why does that happen? And more importantly, why does it always happen at the worst possible moment? Stay with me because the answer is not what you think. Angry crying feels humiliating. Not because of the tears, but because it feels like betrayal. You want to look strong. Instead, your voice shakes. You want to be heard. Instead, the focus shifts to your emotions. And the worst part, the other person often misreads it. They think you're overwhelmed. Too sensitive. Out of control. But what if the tears are not a loss of control? What if they are a signal of overload? That's a very different story. Anger is not a simple emotion. It's a high-energy state. When you're angry, your system activates. Heart rate increases. Breathing changes. Muscles tense. Attention narrows. Your body prepares for confrontation. But here's the twist. If you care deeply about the situation, the intensity doubles. Now you're not just angry. You're emotionally invested. And that combination creates pressure. Too much pressure needs release. Tears are one of the fastest release valves your nervous system has. Not weakness. Release. Why do some people stay calm and composed? Why don't they cry? It's not because they're stronger. Often it's because they're less emotionally engaged. When you're highly attached to fairness, to respect, to being understood, your nervous system goes further. You don't argue halfway. You go all in. And when your emotional intensity spikes too high, your system automatically tries to regulate. Tears are regulation. When you're angry, two forces activate at the same time. One part of you wants to fight. Another part wants connection. You want to defend yourself. But you also don't want to damage the relationship. That internal conflict creates friction. And friction creates emotional overflow. So the tears aren't just anger. They're mixed signals. Frustration, care, fear of disconnection, need to be understood. It's layered. That's why it feels overwhelming. Now here where things go wrong. When tears start, most people panic. They apologize. They withdraw. They shut down. Or they escalate harder to compensate. All of these reactions increase the pressure. The key is not stopping the tears instantly. The key is staying grounded while they happen. And this is where control returns. Slow your exhale. Not your inhale. Your exhale. Longer exhale signals safety to your system. Keep your jaw slightly unclenched. Let your tongue relax. These tiny physical shifts reduce escalation fast. No one will even notice. But what if it's already too late? What if your voice is already shaking? Never apologize for the reaction. Instead, calmly say, "I'm frustrated because this matters to me." That sentence does three things. It labels the emotion. It keeps authority. It redirects focus to the issue. You're not collapsing. You're clarifying. When you name the emotion, you reduce its intensity. Research consistently shows this. Labeling lowers activation. Silence amplifies it. Language organizes it. But what if you feel yourself spiraling internally? Ask yourself one silent question. What outcome do I want here? Not, why are they wrong? Not, how do I win? But, what outcome do I want? That question moves your brain from emotional reactivity to strategic thinking. And strategy stabilizes emotion. Crying when angry doesn't mean you're fragile. It often means you feel deeply. You value fairness. You care about being understood. You don't detach easily. The goal is not to become less emotional. The goal is to become emotionally skillful. Intensity is power. Unmanaged intensity feels chaotic. Directed intensity feels confident. Next time it happens, don't think, I'm weak. Think, my system is overloaded because I care. Then breathe. Label. Refocus. You don't need to erase the tears. You need to stay present while they fall. That is strength. I'm curious. When you cry during anger, is it more about feeling unheard or feeling disrespected? Comment one word. Unheard or disrespected. Let's see the pattern.